Okay, I'm back. I had to put some longer pants on because the wind is making it feel cool, which I love, but it's not cool enough to have long sleeves. Or maybe it is, and I'm just my dirty old Coop Crocs. But I wanted to show something that I got in the mail today. It doesn't say who it's from. It came from a company in Illinois called Lucy's Strawberry Fields. And it's made out to Kate Robler Bowler Jack. And the only people that throw the Robler in there, when I order stuff, I don't put it in there, are people who order from Facebook. But someone had my address. It could be something for my dear sweet friend Rose again, and if it is, I'm going to have a talk with her, or talk with you. And I can't remember, I wouldn't have ordered them, because since Paul is, spending thousands of dollars a day on these fake girlfriends and got himself all wrapped up in that game card scam, I am no longer paid for my services around here. I think today it's really sinking in when I told him, hey, 4 roosters, and oh look, these are little wooden chickens. Look, it's a little wooden hen, and another little hen, and these are carved out of wood. They're just so cute. And then one rooster. Let me find him. It came in the mail today. Like I said, it had my maiden name in there. And here's a little rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo. So the rooster and the first hen kind of their tails look similar, like maybe they're a couple. Chaos is like, what are you doing? I'm going to sit on your lap. But whoever sent all these sweet little chickens, thank you. I love them. And they'll be beloved, and they'll go with me to my new home and my new life, and someday they'll be marching across a window ledge in my new kitchen. But yeah, they're not really big, but they're so sweet. And you can tell that they've been hand painted and hand carved, and it's just so sweet that someone did that for me. So, yeah, there's Chaos. He's like, hey, I want to sit up here. Laddie shouldn't get all the lap time. So Laddie and Cosmo have been crowing a lot this afternoon because their girls are gone. And they were there for all the turmoil of, the girls are fast, and the guy who came to get them, they had lost some older chickens this summer that were just, aged out, and just, they were old chickens. So they were down to 3, and they wanted more eggs, but of course, it's not a good time to be raising chicks. And like a lot of people who've raised chicks, sometimes it's like you want the chickens and you want the eggs, but you don't want to deal with the baby chicks, because that's almost a little full-time job on itself if they're not raised by the mama. So he and his tween daughter came and picked them up, and I said, do you have a way to transport? He's like, yeah, I got my truck, they should all fit. I'm like, okay. And he pulled up, and I noticed his truck over the bed had one of those covers, and I was like, they're gonna need air and water. It could get hot. It was hotter earlier in the day, the sun was out. But no, he opened his back door. It's an extended cab truck, so he opened the back door, and he spread out puppy mats all along his floorboards and his back seats, and he just loaded all 9 girls in there. But they were so hard to catch, and I did have my net. Flower was the hardest because she was out here and she could get under bushes and stuff. She was hiding under the rose bushes, which I'm like, that's a good strategy, because it's not like I can just barrel in there and grab her. But the others all ended up running into the coop, I guess, for safety. And so I managed to hustle Cosmo out of there, and the 2 young roosters are in there, Drago and Doug, but they were being so sweet, being protective of their 2 sisters. When I went to, it was a struggle to scoop up them and not the girls and not get their 2 brothers. But they've been crowing a lot this afternoon, walking around. You can tell that they're very aware that their flock, there's no females. But Cosmo went right after Laddie. Laddie just walked into the yard earlier, and so, like I started to say earlier, a few nights before I leave, I'm going to scoop him up at bedtime and put him in there on the roost after dark and see how he does. He might end up always being a yard rooster, but I've stressed to Paul that on days when it's bitter cold or inclement weather, he's going to have to lock him in his yard so he can get up into the quarantine coop. And I'd rather him be able to have cuddle with, snuggle up with the other roosters, because on a cold night they will all sit together. But and the four of them, can be nice and cozy together in the big coop, which I will get winterized. And start taking down some of the shade cloths here soon. I don't know how long this cool snap's going to last. I think this next week we're supposed to be getting back into the mid to high 80s, so yeah, it's a little too soon to close it up, but really maybe not, because if they've got other places to get out of the wind and the rain, and that way I know it's ready for winter when I leave. And in worst case scenario, Paul will have to keep Laddie in the quarantine coop at night and during inclement weather, and put the little brooder heater in there, because he's not going to have anyone to snuggle with, and I think he won't be happy. He'll be very unhappy. Or he can let him into the front porch of the house and just shut him in there. You can also put him in the rabbit crate, the rabbit hutch, just a little rabbit crate with and set it on top of pea pads so that at night he can bring him in. But that's one of my little wrappers for my chickens. I'm gonna have to go keep an eye on that and fetch it before it blows across the yard. But yeah, so I'm a bit sad. I'm gonna miss my girls. And I figured Laddie would be over here wanting to sit on my lap, but I topped off his food, and so he's in there. He's over here eating cat food. Sorry, you see him there. I put a little bit under the eave of the house on the porch for Chaos, because Chaos was finishing off some soft food for the evening. But I poured the rest of it in their white bowl, and I moved it under the bags of the motorcycle, so if it rains, it doesn't get rain on it. And he's picking out. So anyway, Paul seemed a little disappointed that there weren't going to be any hens and eggs, but it's not like he's eating eggs that much anyway. And I said, I'm sorry, but you've never learned to take care of them or handle them, or how to check, to know who's not laying and who could be egg bound. And he doesn't spend any time with them. And I just felt, that many birds, there's no way he could take care of them. And it's a struggle getting him to save enough money to put gas in his vehicle and buy chicken feed, which now the feed cost will be cheaper. We could spend about $20 for a good brand of game bird feed or off-lock crumbles, and it'll go a lot further with just 4 instead of 13 eating it, But and my neighbors they'll pop over. I have a feeling Charlie he'll walk over and peek at them and check on them, and if they don't hear roosters crowing off and on, they'll know something's up. But so I'm gonna get a shade cloth wrapped around the coop end of the coop run, and I've saved that pink there as vinyl, which I will not have the pink on the outside, or I might walk and have a pink coop. I don't care, but I'll shake it out, make sure there's no spiders, and get it wrapped around the coop end, and go in and enclose part of the wall of the coop. Last summer I didn't leave it enclosed. There was enough chickens to help keep each other warm, and I left the heat lamp out towards the middle of the coop, but it did help cut any cold. And of course heat rises, so it did help a little bit. A lot of people don't agree with that, but now there's only going to be 4 boys, and so I'm going to make sure that there's no way wind can get in there. And where the coop, I'll hang where I think, or where I would like for the heat lamp to be, so that it does take any bite off in the cold winter. And Paul knows, I'll remind him to only turn it on when it gets below freezing. And it's going to stay below freezing, or it's icy or inclement weather. But So whatever, I'm just gonna get it winterized, get my signs down and get it winterized. Probably do that tomorrow. I don't think we're supposed to have any rain. And then in the next few days, I'm gonna finish up my clothing packing and shoes and my ball caps, that kind of stuff. And just leave out, 5 little outfits that I can just, swap out until I leave. And I'll be ready to go whenever my family's ready to send for me. So, yeah. Just kind of feeling sad and blah today. Oh, how dirty my shoes are. Oh, last of the Laddie walking up and down and sinking his little claws in my feet. It might be from the cats too. I can tell you that one's from the cats. Chasing each other and running across my legs. I need to wash these Crocs. These are my coupe Crocs, but they'll just become regular, everyday Crocs. Yeah, I'm just feeling wistful and sad. Come on, Laddie. Come here, go sit on Mama's lap. She needs some chicken love. Come on. Come on, mister. Good boy. Okay, I don't need you up here on my skin and my chest with your little claws. I know. He's like, where's my flower? I know, you're going to miss her. But you have Mama and Chaos. Yeah. And we'll get it so that you don't need to scratch that. Oh, he saw. Yeah, he's probably been looking for her a bit, wondering what's going on. I know. Look at your little Laddie 2 feathers. That's what we're calling you. You only got 2 tail feathers left. He might not shed those, but all his sickle feathers are gone. Yeah, he is still molting a little bit, but it seems to have slowed down a bit, so we'll see. Hello. He's like, I want to see your little chicken figurines so I can peck at them. I know, your girlfriend's gone. Don't peck it. That's just my shirt. Feels like I saw a freckle. You can't eat Mama's freckles. I know it kind of looks like whole grains yeah, that's a freckle. That's what he wanted. He's like, I'm going to peck that freckle. Yeah, he's pecking my shirt. They tend to crow more when they get these big wind gusts. So I'm just going to love on him and snuggle him until time to go. And like I said, hopefully he will be able to integrate in with the other boys. I think he will. I think today's just so much trauma of the girls being caught and being gone. And I think after a few days, he'll wind down and chill when there's not any girls to be inciting his hormones. And I'll start putting Laddie in there at night. But then again, Laddie likes to come in the house and stand on chairs and counters and sinks. So who knows? Paul might just get lazy and just let him come in at night and in inclement weather, because he's a lap rooster. Yeah, Laddie 2 feathers. He's still Laddie Roo. I'm gonna miss him. Of all the chickens, I'll miss them all, but I'll miss him the most. If I was going somewhere where it was a house, not an apartment, and I could, just take the little rabbit hutch and a place for him to be at, in the winter at night, I would take him with me. But I think he'll be happier here, and I have a feeling Paul's just gonna let him free range if he doesn't, he and Cosmo don't come to an understanding. I know you hate that name, don't you? He's like, Cosmo. Laddie was very gentle when Cosmo was a baby. Laddie's a very gentle rooster when it comes to like the other chickens. He never attacked Cosmo, and even when Cosmo started attacking him, he didn't bite back. I mean, he'll show little attitudes through the fence because there's always girls around him there, but I think as the week goes, we go through the week, I think attitudes will chill out. Look at your feathers. You got those pretty little gold tan on his saddle feathers here. And he's still got that beautiful, almost like a dark blue and black and green, beetle green colors to his tail feathers when they come back. and where his wings were clipped a little bit for a while, but it looks like they've grown back out. You still see a couple where I had clipped his flight feathers so he couldn't fly back over into the coop and get attacked any longer. But he'll probably shed those where they'll grow right back out quite soon. He's like, Mom, I don't understand. My girlfriend's gone, and you can't soothe me, and Chaos is just licking himself. That's how it goes, Laddie. That's how it goes. So, thank you, whoever sent me these little chickens. I love them. You guys just bless me so much. Just your comments and your support, and I'll keep filming the roosters. I call it the frat house coop now, and we'll keep chatting, and we'll head out on this adventure soon. You guys have a great weekend. Bye for now. Boop, boop.